Hello and welcome to this week's Mystic Message. This week's message is really about restoring faith. And what that looks like for you is going to depend on what's happening in your life. It could be the big picture stuff, the collective shit show that is reality. It could be your own personal life that maybe you're losing faith in things panning out or what you're trying to manifest, etc., etc. And we're all just surrounded by this collective fire. And fire can represent primarily these two things, right? Fire can be rooted in rage and it can be rooted in passion. And the difference is very important, and the energy that it's coming with, whether it's rooted in rage or rooted in passion, is going to determine what you're manifesting, what timeline, what reality you are anchoring into. And so if you don't want to be anchoring into the chaotic, low vibrational, fear-based, control-based disaster, and you want to anchor into something more loving and based in equality and abundance and connection and all of those things, it's really about recognizing if you're in rage or you're in passion. And so, because it's all around us, you're feeling something. And so let's talk about the difference. There's a fine line between rage and passion. This is one of the things I love to talk about because I love to talk about the passion fire. And there's a reason I call it the passion fire, and it's because it's a fiery energy. However, when we are in the space of rage, and that tends to relate to an external person or situation, right? I'm mad about the decisions that are being made in my government or politics or job or things of that nature. I'm mad and I'm feeling rage about the way so-and-so is treating me, or my boss is treating me, or et cetera, et cetera. I'm feeling mad, I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling rage about the fact that my life just keeps falling apart no matter what I'm doing, right? The rage is essentially giving our power away. It's taking something that is very important to us, which is where the passion comes in. But there's fine line. This is passion, this is rage. There is a fine line. And when you step that passion over into rage, you're giving your power away to the person, the being, the structures, the programs that you're mad about. And all that does is feed that. It fuels that. It fuels the inequality. It fuels the lack of justice. It fuels the competitive nature of our reality and the lows and the fear and the control, right? All of the kind of icky things that we're seeing all around us. Lack mindset, poverty, right? The more that we are in rage, the more that we are anchoring into the lower density of that thing, that whatever it is. However, when we are in a space of passion, that energy that emanates off of us, it's ours. It engulfs our aura. It lights up our entire energetic system. It heals and it is empowering. It makes our energy big and bright versus when we are in rage, that energy is just getting fueled and siphoned into gross crap. It's giving your power away. And so we need to recognize where we're at, and we need to step back out of rage and into passion. And we'll talk about that. We'll do a little exercise at the end of this video in just a moment here. But it's really about, rage is thinking about what is bad. It's everything that we don't have in our personal lives, in our collective reality. It's focusing on the negative. I'm watching the news and I'm feeling rage. I hate what is happening all around me. I hate all of these things. You're giving your power away, and it's really hard. Trust me, there's a reason that this is happening. There's a reason this fire is happening. And because it is so tempting to find ourselves in rage and anger and all frustration and all of that, because it takes our power away from us, and it fuels more of the bad, the ick, the low density crap. Whereas when we're coming from a place of passion, we're not thinking about inequality, we're thinking about equality. We're not thinking about poverty, we're thinking about abundance and freedom. When we're not thinking about every man for themselves, we're thinking about a collective mindset and caring about each other, right? It's a mindset thing in some ways, but where it's rooted is going to be different for all of us, right? We might have some deep rooted trauma that makes us more inclined to fall into rage. For example, we all have a lot of traumas around freedom, lack of freedom, or poverty, things like that. And it makes us easier because we're already vibrating at that vibration, because we're holding some wounds and some emotions related to those wounds, whether it's childhood, ancestral, or past life, right? Maybe you've been born into poverty, and every generation back is existing in poverty. Maybe you have a past life of maybe being a slave or being owned by somebody where we're lacking that freedom. And so that is, we're holding that in our bodies. We're holding that in our energetic bodies, our emotional bodies, and our mental bodies. And so it makes us more inclined to fall into rage. So if you're finding yourself in rage and having a really hard time getting out of it, I'd suggest looking into the shadow. The shadow is going to answer your questions. It's really going to show you what you're holding and how to release it. And then it's going to be easier for you to find yourself in passion. Whereas passion, passion as at its essence is high vibrational, and it is, when we're in that space, we're anchoring into the new reality, and when we're in rage, we're anchoring into the old reality. So many of us are wanting to manifest a higher vibrational, loving, connection-based, equality-based, free reality. But we're only focusing on the things within this reality. That's just going to create more of it. And so we need to recognize where we're at. We need to move out of it. And we really need to embody the passion. That is how we restore faith, is if enough of us are finding ourselves in passion and anchoring that into the reality is going to switch faster and easier. Okay. So let's do a quick little exercise here. And you can take this exercise, you can morph it, mold it into whatever you like. You can turn it into a meditation. You can do it a little bit longer. But I'd like you to take a moment and close your eyes. And take a few deep breaths. Just really find yourself in your body. Take a nice inhale, bringing white light in through your crown. And on your exhale, shoot that white light down through your chakra system, through your body. Allow it to find itself wherever it needs to release tension, to release density, to release anything. Inhale, bring the white light in. Exhale, shoot it to wherever it needs to go. Maybe your back is tight, or your neck is tight, or you're feeling funkiness in your gut. Allow it to just flow into wherever it needs to, and feeling yourself more present in your body, feeling every bit of yourself, from your toes to your feet to your legs to your back and your hips and your chest and your shoulders, down your arms and your fingers and through your head. A couple more breaths here. And now I'd like you to invite your rage in. Whatever that looks like. This rage could be something related to your personal life, or it could be related to a big kind of collective reality theme. Invite in your rage, whether it's deeply subconscious or very, very apparent to you. I'd like you to invite it in and just feel it for a moment. Come face to face with it. It can wear whatever face or mask it desires. It can present in any form. It could look like a person or a being or an energy or a color. And you might notice where you feel that in your body. And I'd like you to pour all of the energy into something external. If it's not already created something visual for you, create a visual. for this rage. And let your body purge it out of your physical body, out of your emotional body, out of your mental body, out of your energetic body. Release and purge all of the rage into this manifestation of your rage that you see before you. And any emotions that come up are so valid and are here to be witnessed and acknowledged. Purging all of it out into this external thing. Maybe you see the external thing. Maybe you feel it more than anything. It doesn't matter how you perceive it. And now this manifestation of your rage, I want you to imagine that it is rooted into the earth. Whether it's got legs and they root in, or there's some sort of energetic connection. Imagine it is connected to the earth, like roots growing out of a tree. And with the assistance and guidance of your higher self always, I want you to grab the base of this thing, wherever it's connected to the earth. And I want you to pull it out like you're weeding a garden. You're pulling those weeds out of the garden where you pull those roots right out. And as you grab it, your hands, they're golden, they're white, they're rainbow, they're sparkly, whatever. They are transmuters, they are alchemists. And as you grab this manifestation of your rage right at the base, again, like you're weeding a garden, and I want you to pull it right out. Pull it out of the earth. So that now it is just suspended. It is not connected to anything. It is not grounded in anything. It's just floating in front of you. It's not connected to you anymore. It's not being fed or fueled by you. And it's not being fed or fueled by our current reality or by the earth. It's just in front of you. And without being connected or tethered to anything, it begins to dissipate in low vibrational frequency. It begins to transform. And you may choose to assist in this transformation by maybe wrapping it in white light, offering it love, offering it golden energy, or just allow it to dissipate on its own, because it will. It loses all of the low vibrational, low density energies and emotions. Nothing's feeding it. And maybe it just starts to disappear. Maybe it shifts in color to something a little bit brighter. Maybe it transforms altogether into something completely new. And now at the base of it, there's a small fire that still exists. But now, instead of the fire being rooted in rage, it's rooted in passion. We have detached all of the rage from this thing. It's transformed into something new, into something brighter, into something expansive, something loving. And that fire begins to get bigger. And as it does, the passion gets stronger. Your energy gets stronger. And now I'd like you to invite this back in, whether you invite it back into your heart, maybe your solar plexus, maybe you stand right into it and let it just absorb into you, this passion fire. And as it becomes one with you, allow it to flow through your system, through your physical body, through your mental body, through your emotional body, energetic, etheric. Take some deep breaths, and with each exhale, let it spread through your body, through all of your bodies. And then take a beautiful inhale, and with the exhale, shoot it down through your feet and allow the roots to grow out of your feet. And now we are anchoring passion. It is similar to the rage, but now it is empowering. Now it is based in something of a high frequency. And allow those roots to grow deeper and deeper and deeper, allowing this passion fire to flow down the roots and shift the earth, shift our reality collectively and personally, grounding yourself in your passion. Allowing the roots to go all the way to the very center, the very heart of Mother Gaia. Feeling her warmth, her gratitude, and her love. As you're not only shifting your reality, but you're shifting everybody's reality. And you're shifting the frequency of Mother Gaia herself. And so you may stay here for as long as you'd like. But know that this alchemy is this simple. You are this powerful. And you can do this again and again and again. And this is how we change our reality. All right, I'll see you next time.